I guess we're gonna have a party crasher.
Oh, of course, the Michaels are back.
Of course.
Hey, the M&M show.
The 3 M's.
But no, I think Nicole's is the better one though, because she, especially with her just talking about that app the other day.
Now, see, I disagree.
There's movement there. There's a little bug there. You see the bug?
That's all right. So let's see. Let me do a refresh. Oh, there he is.
Uh-oh, I hear echoes.
Oh, I love the shirt, dude.
Plug in your
Oh,
headphones, Michael.
Thank you.
Portis.
And I probably, can you actually hear me this week?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why is the audio monitor coming out?
Okay, so we got a 9, 8, 2 8s, and a 6. So we're tied for second. That's fine. We got a third place. We got a number 1. I think we're good.
Well, has Mr. Portis voted?
Too bad.
He's too late. Votes are in, damn it.
Okay,
All right.
let's go.
I'm going to bring up the third place, which has got 6 votes.
I'm going to get another drink. Be back. Y'all carry on.
Oh, we'll carry on. Don't worry about that.
I was gonna say, aren't you at that dinner with the executives?
Yes, and he's partying. They're all drunk.
All right.
Good times. Good times.
Good times. So this is our third place winner. This is from, this is a name I haven't seen before. Anetai Eskalinen. Forgive me for butchering that name. You can send us a message and tell us how to say it right. And it was taken with a Samsung Galaxy S2. So this is his, I think it's his, I can't quite tell. I see a running bib. This is the picture. And
I like this
it's
one.
pretty good. All right, Mr. Portis, let's start with you.
I'm first wondering why Google decided to delete my custom overlay. Secondly, have King do it real quick. I'm not.
All right.
Wow. Yeah.
Mr.
Oh,
King.
I gotta lock you in, Mr. The other California Mike. Here we go. Got it locked up.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're locked on the pictures. So Mr. King, go ahead and give it to it.
Okay. I like it. It's interesting. I like the motion blur. I don't know if that's supposed to be part of it, but it does show motion. And it's interesting. I think I voted for it.
Now, as it turns out, this was not one of them I voted for. It's not a bad picture. I'll agree with you on that. The one thing I might have done a little differently is something like that. Let's see here. I would get rid of that pole.
Right. That's what was bugging me. The pole.
Something more like that.
Yeah, like that, right there. Now that made it that would make it a lot easier. That pole, I think I voted for it, but that pole was a little annoying.
Yeah. Mr. Portis, can you offer an opinion?
Yeah, I had to double check, honestly, the challenge to see what the heck I was looking at, and the challenge was movement this week, and I don't think that's what this photo shows. What the challenge was supposed to convey. There's movement definitely, but the movement is just in the motion blur, and so if the picture focused more on the car that's moving, I would be like, okay, cool, nailed it. But it's not really the focus of the photo. It's kind of in there, and it's like, what the heck is that? And I guess, I mean, yeah, if there was less motion blur on it, and there was more implied movement, I think it would be a better photo. Overall, the colors are really nice. It's a nice photo, but I think that the car is too blurred, in my opinion.
Now, I tell you another thing. If you want implied movement, if you would have brought the camera down, that bicycle or whatever it is that guy's riding. That
yeah,
has
something. So it's just honestly at the end of the day, what bothers me the most about this photo is there's too much movement in the car and it's not crisp. Does that make sense? No. Okay,
Well,
no.
it makes sense, but I would argue that the definition of the topic gives enough latitude where I would consider this to fit the requirements of motion. And I happen to be
It fits.
I'm a big fan of blur like this, so perhaps I'm a bit biased. What I'm not a fan of is poor cropping, and that's what I see here with that pole right in the way.
Right.
I think with a little bit of work, you could make a really nice picture out of this.
Yeah, and as I said, if you ever brought the camera down some, that bike or wherever that is.
Yeah, that'd been really interesting in the foreground.
That would have been applied motion, because you can't really always show something moving without it blurring, so that's implied motion. So that would have also fit in. But yeah, if you would have cropped that pole, the power pole or wherever that is, probably a power pole, and brought the camera down, it'd been even more of an interesting shot.
Well, that brings up a really good point, Mike, that changing your angle, either up or down, is almost always a good thing. It just brings a sense to the picture that's a little different than what you normally see with your eyes. So let's move on. Let me stop this one, and let me get to the next. So we actually tied for second.
I have to say I don't like whatever Google did to this, because now nothing looks...
To what?
Okay.
What's wrong?
My lower third is annoying me right now.
What does?
All right. Now, so let me share this out. So this came from Marius, and I did vote for this one. So let me go ahead and bring it up. This is one of our ties for second.
And I no doubt I voted for it too. Yep, I voted for it.
Now, in my mind, this definitely meets the requirement of movement and motion, and it's such an unusual subject with the sparks coming out of the fire and that really cool little blast going off to the left, and how it kind of twists. I wonder. Yeah, he says long exposure setting, but he didn't actually say what the exposure was. I wonder if the details will tell us. No. You know, Marius, I'd really like to know how long of an exposure this was to get that really cool twisting off to the left. You know, in my mind, well done. This is cool. A really nice picture. Anyways, Mr. Portis.
I like this photo. You're right. That arc in the fire or whatever that, I mean, I don't know what that arc is, but that's friggin' cool.
I guess it's an ember maybe popping out of there.
Maybe an ember pop. Yeah, whatever it is, friggin' cool. This is good. This is really, really good. And the ember, the flames going up, just all around cool picture.
And all the little sparks coming off. All the the
sparks,
that long exposure, that as you said, the headlights, and you see the streaking on it. Oh, that is just excellent. He must have had that on a tripod.
And then he must. This is probably a. With he says, I agree with Mike. I'd like to see how long.
What did you say?
So he says it's a Samsung Galaxy S3 plus tripod plus camera FV-5, and he's done his post-processing in Photoshop CS2.
Wow, people often use CS2.
That is just an incredible picture.
I really like this.
That's almost a home run.
Now, if we could get Ian to actually say something, he's muted himself because he's busy,
getting drunk
over there.
We can always talk bad about him.
We'll talk bad about him. That's all right. I'm sure it's
such a slacker, brown noser.
He brought it on himself.
Yep.
All right. Now this was another one. I voted for this. I will offer that up. Let me get it shared out.
Well, it doesn't matter if you didn't offer it. When you share your screen, it shows that you vote for something.
I
A little red
voted for
square
it
means
too.
you voted
I
for
voted
it.
for it too.
I'm just saying it straight up. So in my mind, this has got a lot of appeal to me because it's quintessential street photography, and I just really enjoy
Wait, how
that
did
type
you
of
mean
of shooting.
quintessential? Wait a second. You said quintessential, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard.
You didn't miss hearing.
I am drinking single malt scotch tonight, so you have to bear with me.
So he said. So what he really said was quintessential was the word he said. Quintessential.
Whatever.
I see somebody on that camera with a faceplant going. Oh no, there it is.
He was showing a camera. But I'll jump in on this one. Okay, and the reason why I want to jump in first, this is the opposite of that other photo I said where the blur was too much. What I'm specifically speaking of, this photo does it right. You notice how her foot is in focus,
Absolutely.
and then the rest of her is not. It's
right there.
That is what's missing in the other photo. The entire thing is out of focus and blurry.
I will knit on something right at the top. I think that's a little too close to the head.
Yeah, this photo does need headroom to make it better. I would actually bring her down almost center frame.
Yeah, perhaps.
And just give her a nice healthy headroom, or make it even, both headroom and foot leg room on the bottom. Just make it her center.
Yeah, put her in the center.
Really well done.
Now this also leads to the rule of thirds and something that we all kind of look for, but not all of us really know what we're looking at, and that is the person is exiting the image to the right-hand side. It makes perfect sense for our brain to look at the image and say, "Oh, yeah, she's leaving. She's exiting."
Yep.
You know, if you had her on the left-hand side, entering the image. You know, but these matter.
Yeah, you got that part
and
right.
I like how she's walking perfectly on the. What makes this cool is the diagonal he sat on this.
Yeah,
is a really good one. It's just this is how this is supposed to be done, in my opinion.
Yeah. As I said, the only complaint is the same one that Portis has. If he would have had her in the center, it would have been a little better.
I don't know about the center. Well, I mean, drop down, yes. I'm not sure about center.
I don't mean the center of the picture. I mean in the center of the frame.
Yes.
Precisely. That's what I meant. The center of the frame instead of head high.
Yeah, but well done, Boris. Well done. All right. So let's move on to our winner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
And I gotta say, my apologies, I did not vote for this one. So let me share this out, and I'll detail my reasons why once we get it up. There we are.
And there.
Mr. King, why don't you start us off on this one?
I voted for it. It does imply motion with the water, the currents coming off the water. It's just a little blurred. On that part, it's a little blurred, I think. I like the way she did her watermark. But I voted for it because I really thought it was the better one of all of them. But yet, I don't know. Portis?
Mr. Portis?
I don't necessarily see motion in this. I see a lot of photo retouching.
I do see
being honest.
I see the movement.
I see the motion. I don't necessarily think that water is moving. I mean, I know it's moving because it's a brook, but when I see moving water, what I like to see are the bubbles and the ripples and things like that. That says
so
movement
you think it's
of
a little
water
too blurred?
It's too blurred, exactly. Other than that, this one's a little over-processed for me. The blacks are too black, and you're missing out on the real gorgeous detail of the trees and the brush and things like that. And what I see, specifically water photos, that's what I want to see. I want to see the nature in it, the textures of the nature, that just makes that's what makes these kind of shots for me. I don't know what Powered by Asa Dream is, which is
it's a brand new app she has.
Yeah, it's probably an app.
Is
Because
it
she
an
talks
app?
about in-house purchase and the fact that it would only save in a small resolution because you got to spend the money to get the HD.
The big one.
Yeah.
Okay. But other than that, I like her watermark. She's always does good watermarking. But yeah, this is just, it's too processed, and in the processing, she's lost the detail.
So
in the nature.
So this Nicole's probably going to run over me with one of her big tractors or dump trucks or something.
You live close enough. You better be careful. You live close enough to her.
But I really didn't care for the shot, and one reason is what you said with the motion. It's too blurry. It's almost like fog.
Yes, it is.
I didn't care for that, but the second reason, if you look carefully, you see all these vertical lines. And she's talking about there seems to be grain when she zooms in, and I would agree with that. You know, the image quality isn't up to her normal standards. So, Nicole, I'd find another app if I were you.
That's why she didn't pay for it.
That's just my opinion on that. But the real reason is I consider this picture to be a cliche. You know, when people talk about motion or movement, everybody goes and shoots water.
I didn't.
That's what everybody seems to do. And in my mind, it's a cliche. If you're going to do the water, find a different angle, find an unusual way to present it than the way that everybody else does. This is shot head on, standard height, nothing unusual about it. So in my mind, it's a snapshot. And for that reason, Nicole, I couldn't vote for you. I feel like I'm on, one of the cooking channel shows right now. but I was overruled, and at +9 votes, Nicole is the winner. And so, Nicole, you are on the clock to come up with the next challenge. And congratulations from me, and I suspect congratulations from the rest of these clowns. as Mike's nodding his head, Anyways, so congratulations again, and a job well done. So let me get out of this. There we go. All right, now.
Yeah, there's
Ants there sucking down drinks and not saying a word.
Yeah. Now, if you want to see water,
laughing at us.
Okay, if you want to see water in motion, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. There's motion for you.
5 minutes later, I had a foot of water in this house.
Yeah, well, I think if
I don't see any water moving. I just see water on the ground. So
you have to look carefully. You have to look carefully because I was going to get out there with the 15-inch per hour rain because it was coming.
So how long had it rained to get the puddles like that on the walkway?
It just started, and as I said, about 15 minutes later, I had a foot of water in the house.
Wow, I'm impressed.
But, it's just starting, and I mean, right after I took this picture, you couldn't see the apartments. You couldn't see it at Magnolia, and you couldn't see the apartment across the way.
When you say you couldn't see it, it was just from the water, sheeting across the window, or what?
No, the water just coming down. It looked like we were in the middle of a hurricane.
Was this taken through a window?
No, I was outside. I'm taking it through a sheet of water. It was coming down real good, and you kind of, if you look at what looks like grain on the side of this building, that was the heavy rain. Within a few minutes, it was even raining heavier. You couldn't see anything past that tree. That's how hard it was. She said we had 15. Yesterday we had 15 inches of rain in 1 hour.
Nope.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh, that was minor. Webster had 25 inches in an hour.
All right.
Okay, let me turn off.
All right, so let's move on a little bit. Mr. Portis, do you have any fun stuff to share with us for the week? Apps, hardware, rumors?
No, actually, there's the rumor for the next iPhone to actually get a half decent camera.
Define half decent.
Which would be nice. Half decent.
12 megapixels.
12 megapixels. 12 megapixels.
I thought you were talking about that nifty software zoom lens I'd heard about.
And well, I don't think if we're going to discuss that, I think acquisition history.
Yes.
Acquisitions don't show up for 2 to 3 models after an acquisition.
They're talking about that zoom lens on the 7.
That may be true. That may be true, but honestly, the pressure's on iPhone and Apple right now. So I'm not sure that's going to hold true anymore, that they wait that many models before they integrate some acquisition technology.
It's never been immediate. It's always been at least 1 to 2 models on anything. How long ago did they buy Beats?
Well,
how long ago did they buy Beats? And that's still nothing. They haven't done anything.
Beats doesn't impact the bottom line like the iPhone does.
Beats will be in 8.4. Right? No, 8.4. Yeah. It's in Beats, right?
8.4.
Yeah, it's already there. It's there. It's not.
No. I'm saying Beats. The Beats the streaming service.
Yes, the integration into iTunes is in 10.4.
Is it?
Yes.
All right. Go Beats.
And they're talking about that Apple is going to skip the S and go right to the 7.
You think?
Yep. They're kind of getting hurt by the S5 is starting. I'm sorry, S6. Is that the new one? It's starting to hurt them a little bit.
The 6 and the 6 Edge. Even the 6 has that's. I don't understand that convention.
Well, I gotta say my 6, my 6 is actually growing on me size-wise. The more I use it, the more
is a good size.
I come to think of my 5S to be a bit on the small side. You know, just for manipulating images and taking pictures, I just find that 6 to be a perfect size.
It is. I think they nailed the size very well on the 6. The 6 Plus isn't that bad either. 6 Plus is what, full disclosure, my mom has a 6 Plus, and she absolutely loves it. I've never seen somebody light up to the idea of having a smartphone as much as my mom has since she's got the 6 Plus. I mean, she's had Android devices before, and it's just always been something she has. She doesn't really enjoy using until the 6 Plus.
Would you say it's a function of the screen size and the fact that
it is definitely for her?
It's a little easier to use.
It's definitely the size of the screen and her ability to see what's on it. Also, I think she's lived in the Android world, so that whole "welcome to the jungle, figure your way through it" kind of mentality of Android is definitely tainted her smartphone use. The idea of saying, "Oh no, we think this is the best way to do something, so we're going to do it this way," kind of takes that guesswork
without choices. This is the way, and you can take it or leave it.
But no, if they go with rumors, the new iPhone won't even have a physical home button. It'll be a force touch.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, that might not be such a bad idea. I find that button of my phone tends to collect gunk and stuff. So
in that spot,
it'll still have that little spot, but it'll be the force touch plus the reader.
The ring.
I like the reader. I have to say that's really grown on me over time. The fact I can just put my thumb on the phone and unlock it and move. I was very resistant to that when it first came along. I didn't think it would be reliable, but it works surprisingly well. I haven't had it malfunction yet. Well, I've had to erase my fingerprints twice now, where I have to redo it.
The only thing I care about is when they do whatever they're going to do, they need to make a case where you can still effectively swipe up if your phone's in a nice case.
Mm-hmm.
I realized why I waited so long to put this phone in a case. It's because see the bottom edge there?
Yeah.
If I can get it to focus. That is not enough room for you to be able to effectively swipe up and get your control panel.
Really?
It's just not
And
there.
it looks like it would be.
Yeah,
See, there's my case.
it's hit or miss when I do it, because I'm so used to not having.
Maybe it's that space between the keyboard and the chair there. Yeah.
Yes.
It's exactly what it is. But once I get it, I'm good. And then this is the I guess I should say what case this is. This is the LifeProof Nude, and I like this case, and I like the fact that the Touch ID is recessed in there, so you actually know where to put your finger without having to look at your phone.
Finger.
There's my case.
Yeah, so
What you got there,
I
Mike?
think there are a couple things that they got right. Is that just the Apple one?
Which one's that?
No, this is oh God, what's the name of it? It's one of these holsters. This is the case that goes in the belt clip.
Oh,
I've had those in the past, and I always end up mangling the clips.
Yeah, this one's pretty good, but this one fits in there real good. But yet, that thing that Portis complains about.
that's a non-existent because it doesn't really cover it.
No, it just basically what it does. It covers the metal and the little bit of the bezel to keep it far. So if it does hit, there's enough space that it won't hit.
That'll work.
But I just
All right, so now we're this week in iPhone cases.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I just hope they do in the 6 at least put the better camera in there, and if it has the optical zoom, great. If they're going to wait for the 7, great, that'd be fine. But let's at least start getting.
As long as we have it.
All right, and as long as we at least get a. I won't be getting it because I'm still under contract, but get at least a 12 megapixel to start off with. But I think they need to start catching up with the Joneses.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. Well, this coming June, the first weekend of June, I'll be taking my iPhone 5 out to the surf again, and we'll see how well my waterproof case works when I'm actually trying to get some surf pictures with the thing.
That's the things.
A little slow-mo, a little bit of pictures. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Go for the gusto. Use your iPhone 6.
Well, you got to find.
I would accept I'd have to buy another case. I've got a real nice case for the 5S, so that's what I'll use.
Yeah.
Besides, the 5S is under contract and it's insured, so if it becomes a boat anchor, I can just turn it in.
Right. Like Portis.
No.
That's exactly what I did.
So I found an app this weekend. Well, I found an app a while back, but it's really kind of fun in a limited way. It's called Font Candy, F-O-N-T Candy, and it gives you a way to apply words or almost like appliques over the top of your image. So it's really popular right now, I've noticed, with a lot of mommies. And they'll take pictures and then they apply little sayings or maybe a verse or two or something in text they want to put on top of the image. And it's a lot of fun to play with. And it was pretty cheap. I think it was like $1.99 or so. But they have a free version you can try. And if you want to try something a little different, feel free. Excuse me.
So if we're showing those kinds of apps, let me show you one.
What you got there, Mike? Something fun? Don't show us Periscope.
I'm not going to show you Periscope, although I have to say again, for the record, I'm glad I didn't pay for the Pacquiao fight. I just watched that thing on Periscope. I don't even sue me. I watched that puppy on Periscope, and was glad I didn't pay the $100 for it.
Yeah, no kidding.
But let me actually get my reflector to work.
Okay. Focus is on you, so no pressure.
Okay. So, I have to get the up swipe to work on my phone.
No, Ant's just sit back. I don't know why Ant's even here. He's not saying a word. He's not paying any attention.
He's just being a bump on the log.
Yeah, he is. He's looking all sophisticated with his glass there.
Yeah. Trying to look sophisticated and failing miserably.
How you doing, Michael? Reflector cooperating?
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
All right.
Reflectors now.
Okay. I got you locked down, so go ahead and share out. Bring the magic.
Screen share.
That's right. Software always works better when you talk to it.
Why? It does. It does, absolutely. Okay, I guess that's what I'm going to do. Because it won't give me just the reflector box. It only wants to show me
Whole desktop?
the whole desktop. So, okay, that's what we're doing.
All right.
All right. So, all right, there is reflector. So, in lines with the app that Mike just showed, I wanted to show you guys Path On. As you guys noticed earlier on, I did snap a quick picture. But with Path On, what you could do is, it's a lovely picture, Mike. If I draw on these lines here,
Okay.
and
Outlining that gorgeous chrome dome.
and then you can go.
You gonna grow some hair for me? Oh man.
What was that?
Look, Mom, no hair.
What the hell is that?
It's an app called Path On.
Path On?
So Path On, it's literally you can. What's fun about this app? You can literally do any take any picture you have, and then draw a path on it. It gives you the ability to change different colors in your font, add shadows, drop shadows, and change the font. So it's one of those ones that I have it just for God knows what reason. But it's a cool app to have around, especially for those the pictures that really you want to add some kind of extra text to it.
Sure, but you want to follow a particular line.
Yeah.
But you want
That's
it to
kind of
follow
cool.
a
That's
particular
kind of
line
cool
to
how
make
it
it.
followed the curve really well.
It is.
Yeah, and what I like is you can decide where on the curve you want it to follow.
Oh, that's even better. Put it. He finally gave him some hair.
Put it right there.
Well, you know the question I got for you, right?
Quadruple dipping.
What's up?
Top of it, now you're
Is there an Android version?
Is that you pay for your ticket? Or
You know what? I don't think so. But
That's the question that you gotta ask, because it's
Right.
a large market share, but that does look pretty cool. Just the way that it actually handles that or hugs that line.
Oh,
how it hugs that line.
Pretty neat.
And you can when you're doing it, there's a live preview of whatever you're going to go to. I can see. Is there an Android version?
I'm looking
They
right
make
now.
several apps.
Pathon's the name of it.
So far, it looks like it's only an iOS app.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them will start on iOS,
Yep, only iOS.
and then will eventually go to Android. They want to go with the ones that's going to pay the most first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's interesting because they've got some other apps that look kind of cool too.
Yeah, some of the other apps are pretty cool. I personally use. I'll show you which ones from them I use.
Have you tried the maintain the high res of your DSLR photos yet?
No, I haven't. I use Clone Camera Pro, Path On, obviously, Grid Play are the three we
it's
use
called
all the
Hardcover.
time. Hardcover.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Portis, how do you find these things? You just go through and just check a particular category every day, or?
Yeah,
You know what? Every single day, I'll show you actually. I use App Shopper, and it tells me kind of what
Third party to help you.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with it at all.
Yeah, no kidding.
And so I just go to photography all type, paid and free, and it kind of tells me what's out there. I like this app specifically because as you find apps you want, you can add it to your wish list, and then it tells you about that app if it gets updated, if the price drops, if the price goes up. It tells you right here in the wish list. So if you're like me,
sweet.
you see a $10 app and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to pay $10 for it. I'm like Pixelmator right now. It's normally a $10 app. It's
Right,
on
it's
sale
on
for
sale.
$5. So
Called
it's a
again?
good way to kind of. This one's called App Shopper, and there is an Android version of this. Yeah, there is an Android version of this.
That's pretty cool.
Things like Facetune. So that's how I find my apps.
Make sure you put in the show notes.
I'll put in the show notes for things of that nature. And so like Infuse 3 got an update, Fonter got an update, Procam 2 got an update, Lightroom was updated.
Yep.
Periscope was updated.
And speaking of Lightroom, I'll have to say that the update really seems to have settled it out a bit.
Oh yeah, I'm using Lightroom now.
Yeah, mine's been fine since the update.
Yeah, I've been using Lightroom now as my go-to editor on the iPhone.
I mean, it still makes my fans fire up, like a jet. But
Oh,
You just need a better computer there, Ant.
dude, don't you hate on my computer? I got a monster, dude.
hey, this Hangout on my MacBook Pro.
He did it himself.
The Hangout on my MacBook Pro, the fan's like a 747 taking off.
Yeah, see, my Mac Pro, quiet as can be. I'm running an old school Mac Pro.
My iMac, I hardly ever hear the fans. The fans that we normally hear are the ones from the MacBook Pro over here.
Yeah, well, I'm on the MacBook Pro right
Put
now.
my mic down.
They
I
all
don't like
do.
the way I hold it.
Yeah, but no.
Don't make fun of
Oh, and Ant doesn't have a real computer until it's sitting in a fish tank with mineral oil.
True story,
But no, now if I were on my 5 right now, I got the 5K doing something else, so I have to do the Hangout in here.
Aw.
I am doing something in Final Cut, and it's editing out, or it's rendering.
Do a little rendering,
right
are we?
It's the
Alright.
4K rendering right now.
Now, I had another app, but I think I took it off my phone because I didn't need it quite yet.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about that app shopper. I tend to get a ton of apps that I know I'm not going to need right now, but it's something. That might come in handy, so I'll buy it, and it'll just be there. And then I'll put it
I had found an app when I was doing the room edition that would allow you to take your phone, take a picture of the wall, put in the height you'd basically draw a line up for the top and the bottom, and you could start going around your room, and it would build a floor plan using the camera and the images off the camera.
Oh, I use that. We actually use that when we bought our house. It's called Magic Plan.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
That's what I used when we bought.
Hey, guys. Evidently, I'm following Black on the. You're going to see something that's a post from Tony Brusco. There will be a Android version. I got a tweet, a direct message from him.
I got a tweet also just now.
But that's what it is. Tony Brusco. He's listening to us on the evidently on the thing, and on this hangout on
the thing.
Technical around here.
On the U-Bloob.
Yeah, I'm glad we're so professional.
On
Exactly.
YouTube.
You know, on the interwebs, that internet thing.
That's right. All those pipes out there, yeah.
That's awesome. So excellent. I'm glad to hear.
All right, so folks, we have it from the man. There is an Android version coming. So
At some point.
Shout out.
Good.
That's awesome customer service to be listening to a podcast, hear your product, and immediately come back and say, yes, we are. That's amazing.
Yes, we
Well
are.
done.
That's how that's supposed to be done.
Yes.
Um,
We demand
so
service.
good stuff.
And you realize they
Which
they
is-
did that because it's we're talking and not Ant.
You're right. Yeah.
Hey, when the three wise men speak, people listen.
Yeah, when we speak, it's like what was it? E.F. Hutton? When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
That's right.
Well,
The three wise men
Yeah.
talk. People listen.
And is never going to be able to live this down officially. The Michaels have taken over everybody.
Pretty
Enjoy
much.
the
Pretty much.
music.
Yeah.
We own the place. Get over it.
Why not? We're the best.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's wrap
good
this
Lord.
thing up. I'm looking at the clock, and we'll wrap up while we're on top. So, Mr. Portis, why don't you go ahead and give us a shout out if you want, and tell us where we can find you.
Yeah, Strawberry Beer Weekend, everybody. It's time for the
Strawberry?
It's the 2 weekends of Strawberry Beer's good. It's they're ones that aren't as good. It's the 2 weekends of Strawberry Festivals for me. So this weekend I'll be at the Oxnard Strawberry Festival. The next weekend I'll be at the Arroyo Grande Strawberry Festival. So that's where I'll be. You can find me online. I'm working on my new website because I decided that I actually want to be serious from time to time, so check out justmichaelportis.com for updates on me being serious and talking about real things, and then I'm going to move all the silly things to blackandamac.com here shortly.
go.
So.
Are you going to
That's
put
what's
that
going on with
into? You going to put that into the AWS cloud, self-hosting? What you going to do?
We're going to Squarespace it.
Okay.
It's what it's.
I've actually got a Squarespace site running. I helped my oldest girl do, and she's been real happy with it.
Okay. Yeah, I've done my research, and it'll be the least amount of maintenance work. I have plenty of maintenance work on other things, so I just want something
Into that.
where if I want to be serious from time to time, hey, go read it there, and that's where that.
Fair enough. Mr. King.
I can be found anywhere on the tubes at Michael King 4023, and I can be found tomorrow, Saturday, at the Bel Air Civic Center for our hog meeting, which we are going to be giving away a stainless steel Apple Watch.
Nice.
Nice.
It's the lowest end one we can find of 42 millimeter, but it's a Apple Watch.
Hey, it's an Apple Watch, for Christ's sake.
Mr. Pruitt, you
Somebody's
going to
gonna
say
walk away
something?
happy. You can find me online drinking.
Come on, put your cans
I
back.
have no life @_Pruitt.com. You can also find me at a new domain.com.
Y'all talking about me again?
Yeah, well,
No,
it's
I'm
time for
doing your
shout out and sign off. Except
Oh,
Mr.
oh, you let
Doing
me
it better
sign
than
off.
you do.
Okay.
He
This,
lost his bandwidth.
yeah, and he is.
You can find me online at ant_Pruitt.com. You can find this content syndicated on a new domain, which we thank them for. I'm doing really well.
Mr.
as always.
Portis is doing just fine. You might as well just let him go with it. Anyway,
We've lost control of this one.
End the show.
we
End the
did.
show, Mr. Sweeney. End the show.
Anyways, this is the number one wise man. You know. He's turning it over. You can find me at msmedia.me. You can find me on iTunes. You can find me in the Twitterverse, Light and Images, and you can find me at actually it's mediaplus.com, or better known as Geekstop. Once I get the domain all put together, that's my non-photography site talking about Cisco routers, IT stuff, and general hacking and carrying on. So feel free to stop on by, and would like to thank Mr. Pruitt for letting the M&M show run amok here. And scissors.
Don't do that again. That's the end of that. Lesson learned.
Peace out, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a good night. We'll all talk to you later. Bye-bye.